Yo, 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 what's happening, people? Welcome to the Couple of Dads podcast. This is a podcast to talk about fatherhood from the perspective of two regular guys. Just a couple of lads who's become a couple of dads. So before we get into all that, who are we?
Who are we?
Go on, I'll let you get on there first.
You want me to start first?
Go on.
Yeah? All right. Well, I am Jay, or J Bits. I don't know, what would I say? I'm a content creator, innit? I just had a lovely baby daughter called Mabel in the last, 5 months? I think it's 5 months.
Yeah, you're.
I keep getting confused because my missus Nats keeps telling me about weeks and all that stuff. I don't care about weeks. Just tell me about months.
Kerry broke down the weeks thing to me, but we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll go into that.
Right, so I'm Roony, also known as Risky Roads, grime scene documentarian, music video director. A couple of other bits and bobs, but yeah, that's me. And so me and Jay, we go back, how long?
A lot of years, you know. I would say, well, if you think about it, yeah, coming up next year will be 20 yeyears of grime, they say, yeah? Because grime started in 2003.
Yeah.
So we've known each other that long and a bit extra.
So it's like 24, 25 years deep, isn't it?
Something like that, bruv. It's a long time, you know.
It is a long time.
It's a very long time.
And basically, the reason why we wanted to tell our story on here is because me and Jay, as I said, we've known each other 25 years plus. Jay's one of my best friends. Been through loads of different stuff together.
Big facts.
And he found out he was having a baby. And then within 2 weeks, I found out I was.
Not even 2 weeks. It was within a week, I think.
So
literally a week.
And when something that special happens, it's one of them things you got to talk about, and it kind of aligns, doesn't it?
It's not even that you've got to talk about it. It just seemed like a good idea to talk about it.
Exactly. And then I suppose as well, like the more we was talking about things, and the more we got into certain questions about things, you have a look for things to help you along your journey.
You search things.
And there's nothing for us by us, is there? Like
that's exactly it. There's loads of other things by like people that are, let's say, people that have already made it and doing whatever, or well off or whatever. But there ain't nothing for people that come from where we come from.
Exactly.
To talk about, not even just talk about their children, because obviously that's what we're going to do, but to just talk about the stuff that happens along the way.
And also as well, just the things that go along with it in a sense of like what you need to do to be a dad.
Yeah.
Like the challenges we face.
Exactly,
you know,
that. Exactly.
And it's a mad experience. One of the best things in the world that you could ever.
Oh yeah, definitely one of the best things.
So let's get back to this now. You just had your little girl Mabel.
Yep.
I just had my little boy Brandon.
Yep.
We're saying that.
Amazing kids.
Yeah. You know what? I'm loving every minute of being a dad.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, I can say that, yeah, because I'm already being a dad.
Yeah.
But being a parent for like this
biological father.
Yeah, to a biological child, that's mine sort of thing. It's amazing. Like being a step parent's great. Don't get me wrong. It's a great thing. But you obviously step into that and you miss certain parts out. Of course, exactly, you know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas this now, I'm there from the beginning.
Yeah.
So
it's a whole new learning curve.
It's a completely different learning curve altogether.
And Brandon is 4 months old today.
Today
he's 4 months old.
Damn.
So I don't know how many weeks that is, but Kerry was doing all the breaking down into weeks thing, same as Nancy does. But you know what? I get the logic behind it because
I get it. Yeah, I get
like,
it.
Technically, the 4 weeks might not land on the date,
the exact thing,
and it becomes
It's true, but just give it to me in months, please, because my brain can't be asked to try and work out how many weeks and all of that jazz.
I hear that. I'm the same as you, but I do like it makes a little bit more sense to me now being a dad than it did before.
It does. It definitely does.
But anyway, let's get back to the podcast.
All right.
So our reasoning behind starting this, we've touched upon it.
Yeah, briefly.
But it's more so I feel that, you know what, us blokes, we don't always talk.
True.
And to be able to talk about certain things and the pressures of being a dad, the pressures of like normal life and having someone depend on you and having a couple depend, like another person dependent on you.
Well, another two people, because it's you, the baby, and your partner. So there's another two people that depend on you as well.
And also the things that don't always come natural.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different things. Like I'd never changed nappies really before, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's little things like that, and
there's loads of little things, man.
And I think if someone can hear us talk about things, talk about how great fatherhood is, but also the challenges, and be honest about what you face.
Exactly that.
You know what? It's one of them things I think that will help a lot of listeners.
And like we touched on, you said obviously when you have a child, you search things, innit? You start getting into researcher mode and typing in stuff in Google and trying to figure stuff out and all of that. There's nothing there. Well, there is, but there's nothing actually there for new parents.
No.
Not that I could find for myself anyway.
Yeah.
And not that I could relate to.
But even down to
You know what I mean?
what to expect from pregnancy.
Yeah, even just that alone.
Like and your bond building with the baby when it's inside your partner. And all of these kind of things, you know. They're all things that, you know,
Definite.
Nothing can prepare you for, and nothing can prepare you for that first look that a baby gives you.
Nope, nothing.
But before we get into all that, because that's later episodes.
There's loads to come.
Let's get into it properly and this week's episode. And have you always wanted to be a dad, Jay?
Do you know what? Yeah. Obviously, having a stepchild, I never thought that I would be with a person that had a child. I never actually thought about it. Obviously, when I was younger, I never thought about having kids, really.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But then once, obviously, getting with Nancy, she's got a daughter already. I never really thought about it at all until it actually happened.
Yeah.
And then when it did happen, it was just it just rolled and it just happened. And then I was just there learning on the job, learning as I went, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then we'd fluttered with the idea, spoke about having kids and all that sort of stuff. And then it came to a point where we was like, cool, we're going to try. So then I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But one thing I definitely said to her before we started trying, I was like, let's not put no pressure on it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we carry on.
Yeah, because same as me, like we're a little bit older.
Yeah.
As conventional to be first time parents. You know, I'm 37.
I'm 40. You know what I mean?
So yeah. That's another thing that, like you said, like you're like let's not put pressure on it because
that's
you don't know how things
you don't know what's going to happen and how it's going to pan out. You know what I mean? So once she told me and she was like, yeah, that was it. It was different. It just changed from there instantly. Bam. Cool. Let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, wait. How did you feel?
I've kind of always wanted to have kids. Like I've always at some point, but like I was one of them like something in my career. I always wanted to do things and whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And like you meet certain people and then like they're not right or you know what I mean or things like that. And
you go through
the idea.
The usual things that happen, innit? Yeah.
But eventually it's something I've always would have wanted to do.
Of course.
And then like you hit a certain age, like we're saying, and you think, you know what? If I don't ever have them, I'm kind of cool with that. You know, like.
I kind of got to that point myself. And
you have to kind of accept that, you know what, maybe that's not my path. You know?
Yeah, maybe it may not happen, sort of thing. Yeah.
And then I met Kerry.
Yeah.
Me and her just like it's like, you know, like that person that you've been waiting for your whole life.
Just hit it off straight away.
Yeah, and like everything just aligned. And then we'd been together probably about a year, and we went to Bournemouth for a weekend.
Yeah.
And you'd already told me, you know, you sent me the video. You sent me the video of, you know, when Nancy told it, like, and we was buzzing, and then we went to Bournemouth. So we're in Bournemouth, and we kind of like the conversation come up. We was talking about kids, and we was like, yeah, like maybe we should try, you know, like.
This is what's mad about this, is that you had the convo.
Yeah.
And then found out.
Yeah, so we had the convo. Yeah, we had the convo. Like, maybe we should try. Same kind of thing as you. Like, don't put no pressure on it.
Don't put no pressure.
What happens, kind of thing. next day we've gone to the seafront.
Yeah.
And I said to Kerry, should we go and get some oysters and, you know, have a little day at the sandbanks and, you know, like a couple of drinks and some oysters. And she was like, I feel a bit rough. She said, like, I just got this weird feeling, like I feel a bit, like I feel off.
Yeah.
And, you know, and she went and got a pregnancy test. And
Did she? That's what I never asked you.
Yeah.
Did she tell you she was gonna get the pregnancy
yeah,
test?
yeah, because we bruv, trying to find a pregnancy test in Bournemouth was not an easy task. We got the last one at Tesco Metro. One of the Tesco Metros had. One of them never had them.
Oh my god.
One of them, the boots. We couldn't find the boots. Like, and then we stumbled across this Tesco's and they had one left. So we bought that. Went back to the room. I was sitting in the room. She went to the toilet. Come out, and then she kind of was like, "Yeah, we're pregnant." And I didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
My first reaction, I said to her, "Right, they work."
Do you know what? Yeah. I actually, like, mine was similar because I actually did think that as well. Like when she told me, I was so ecstatic that was one of the first thoughts. Like, right, they actually do work for once.
Yeah.
Like they're doing their job.
Yeah, but it's mad that, like, even down to that, how it feels like they work when they're supposed to.
Yeah.
You know,
They were still there.
Yeah, brother. It was that, and I was over the moon. It was just like, well, like we spoke about yesterday. I'm a quick worker.
That's crazy, you know.
You know, like literally.
That is crazy.
And I kind of, it feels like, you know, like Brandon had picked us, and that was, you know, he's like, no, that's the one.
I'm going to them. I'm going to these guys. That's where I'm supposed to be.
And then, so from there, it was a mad one. And when we come back, we booked one of the early pregnancy scans.
Yeah, I remember because during that time we was talking a lot about it and back and forth and all that. I remember he's going to that as well.
And then so we've seen the scan of Brandon since he was just the heartbeat.
Since he was a jelly bean.
Yeah, the heartbeat. That was it. Yeah,
just the heartbeat and that was it.
And bruv, from the moment I saw that, I was like, I remember going in there. Me and Kerry was both like, raw, like this, like.
When you see
tears.
that first one, it changes you.
Yeah, because like
different.
And I think that kind of instinct of like the protective, like, you know, you're looking after the woman even more. So it kind of is a thing. You know, like you want to make sure that they get everything that they want. And
definite.
I was very fortunate through pregnancy. Like Kerry had a very, very good pregnancy, and she was very easy through pregnancy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't have any cravings where I had to fly out at 3 a.m. The only thing she craved was ice. Ice and fizzy water.
She's still just a fizzy water now.
Yeah. Not so much though. She come off it a little bit, like so. It's like the fizzy water and ice. That was like, so I had it quite lucky, and like she was still a jolly, happy. You know what I mean? Like
Nance. Do you know what Nance was as well? There was times where she was peed off and all that, but you kind of expect it from what you like get from other people that you talk to and all that sort of stuff. You kind of expect them to be a bit off sometimes. And emotions to be all over the place sort of thing, because there's another person in there. They're passing on some of their hormones and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? So you expect them sort of things. But other than, I don't know, I think the only cravings she had was like Ribena at one point. And the mints.
mint.
The tree ball mints.
Oh, mints. I thought you said mints, like as in like.
Not mints.
Yeah.
Like as in like mints that like
spearmints.
Yeah, spearmint sort of thing. Tree ball mints.
Mad.
Bruv. I've never seen someone eat so many mints in my life. Ever.
First like Kerry with the water, bruv. Litres of it.
I remember we went
Costco
to buy
and then a week later it was done.
But and another mad one she had was, you know, them Albus oil things.
Yeah.
She was like a crackhead. I kid you not, bruv. We had to hide them from her and everything. Me and Marley, we had to hide them in the house.
What, the little drip bottle
The little
thing?
drip that you put up your nose. Them little sniffy things. We had to hide them from her because she was addicted to them as well.
Mad.
Which cravings, they say some of the cravings are crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I just didn't get that one. But yeah, other than that, it weren't too bad to be fair.
I was lucky. And like pregnancy in itself it's an amazing thing. Like you get like another level of respect for your girl, innit?
Massive respect. And it changes even more so the further on you go into the pregnancy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's the level of respect. It's not even. I don't know if it's respect. I think it's more admiration.
Yeah, of course.
If I'm honest,
yeah, that's
than
a good word for it.
respect.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it's more admiration, if I'm honest.
And you feel like, like without it being it's cliche or whatever, but you love that person more. Like you constantly see, like you can see the actual body changing and the baby develop, and your love is growing with it. Like it's such a mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. When you think about it, it is actually mad how much it changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
And how things are, and how much you love that person as well.
But
it's crazy.
It also as well, like I don't know, like this didn't really happen to me, but you know, like speaking to blokes along the way and that, and
yeah,
like some say that they didn't really like connect or feel like they had a baby on the way until they saw the baby. Like when the pregnancy was going on, like I don't know, like I kind of used to speak. I used to speak to the bump.
I felt strange talking to the bump.
Did you?
I don't know why.
Okay.
I felt a bit weird talking to the bump.
Yeah.
It felt like, I don't know what it was, but for some reason it felt strange. So like I would talk, but not a lot, because it just felt weird talking to her. It just felt like I was talking to her stomach.
Okay. Yeah.
For
I hear
some
that.
reason, which is mad. I don't know why it felt like that, but that was how it felt at a certain point.
Yeah, because Kerry kind of said to me like, and because we did NCT.
Yeah.
And NCT was like, you know, if you speak to the baby, they recognise your voice. So when like when the baby's born, they'll know you.
They'll know you.
So I kind of like made a point of trying to talk more.
Yeah, of course.
And like you get reactions like the bump would kick, like there'd be the kick, like.
Them react. They're crazy. That is when they kick and stuff.
Oh, seeing it's mad.
That's nuts.
Like that's something that as a man you can't fathom, innit? What it must feel like to have something inside doing a kick.
You can't fathom that, and you'll never forget it either.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Mad, it's
absolutely
mad.
Mad.
When you first see it, how excited you get?
Bro, different level.
That's where the bond kind of kicks in a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's when the bond started.
Yeah.
That was what I was going to say. I think that was when the bond started, when I saw them first, like, little pushes out and stuff.
Yeah.
That was when it started. And then for me, what else made it even more real was when the first time Marley saw it.
Okay.
As well. Her reaction to seeing...
So Marley's your stepdaughter?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Marley's my... So her reaction to seeing her little sister moving about and stuff, that was not... That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was actually sick. Yeah, that one got me a couple of times.
Yeah, because it is... It's like nothing you've ever seen before in life, isn't it?
It's mad. It's mad. I think the only way you could probably can compare it to is having a balloon and having your hand inside the balloon and moving it around.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of.
In a nutshell. But yeah, like, so during the pregnancy, like Kerry was reading a lot of books. I didn't really. I kind of like, I was more one. I wanted to take it in my stride. I didn't want to read books. I wanted to deal with things my own.
I was like that.
Yeah, like Kerry gave me a lot of pointers like that she had read, and I thought, oh, that's cool, and I took them.
Yeah.
So she done like the hypnotheraping thing because she wanted a home birth. We'll talk about that in another episode.
That will come.
But so we planned, started getting for them things, and we both wanted to do, like I said, the NCT.
Yeah.
So we booked onto an NCT class. So if anyone don't know what NCT class is, it's basically a load of like first-time parents.
Yeah, I didn't go to this.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just felt like I was already there.
Yeah, I hear you, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've kind of done it.
You've done it, yeah. No,
I've got a few nieces and nephews. And Nance was like, I don't need to do it because she's already been through it. So I was just taking my lead off her.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So like me and Kerry was both first time, like, you know what I mean? This was our first time for both of us. And so we set up for this NCT thing, and that was a cool experience because like we've made friends that will continue through life now.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
it, of course.
You were going to see their kids grow like the same way they're going to see Brandon grow.
Exactly.
And I would recommend that no end to any first time parent because there's things that you learn that prepares you for stuff like later on down the line.
Yeah,
like,
I was going to...
Again, I'll touch them when we hit them. Like, but like nappy changings, like what to expect for different colours of poos and
Yeah.
like all these,
There's nothing to
like,
prepare
like,
you for
yeah,
that.
like birth in itself and like the hospital, who to expect to see in the hospital.
Yeah, of course.
Like
The different scenarios
yeah,
of what could happen at the hospital and stuff.
Even just the things to look for in your partner and all of these sort of things, you know. And like I couldn't recommend that enough. That was like that gave me a little bit of. Don't get me wrong, there's not all of it you remember.
Yeah.
But it was more so that camaraderie of like.
That probably gave you a bit of confidence as well.
Yeah, because
You know what
like
I mean?
me and you speak all the time.
Yeah,
so
of course.
we had our things where we could.
Yeah,
talk.
we was always talking either way.
But then to then say to someone else like, oh, how have you dealt with that?
Yeah.
And then you got a whole other
whole
team.
different.
And then I could come back to you and say to you, oh, it's
Did
like,
you?
yeah, this, that, and the other.
Yeah, of course.
And that was a good thing because like you'd seen all these different bits and pieces, but like that I would recommend completely to anybody who's having a baby. Like I would say that for me personally was that was amazing and that continuation of it through.
Yeah, of course.
Going to be a
See,
big
so them
thing.
sort of things for first-time parents they're pivotal.
Of course they are. I would
They
never
can
have
help
known
you
about
massively.
that. See, that's credit again to Kerry.
Yeah.
'Cause she done her research. Like I never knew what NCT was. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't.
No.
I
When
can't
you said to me NCT, do you know what I mean?
I wanted to know that as well. I was going to ask you what it stood for.
National Childbirth Trust.
Dads, get on the NCT. It was
That's it.
That is something that I would highly recommend.
Yeah.
And it just kind of prepares you in different ways, you know, like or you take little nuggets of things. And
There's things in there that's there to help you.
Yeah.
You might not you might not do them all textbook by the book, everything that you've learned.
yeah, of course.
But them things you will definitely like take little things from them when it comes to the birth, before the birth, the pregnancy, after, all of that sort of
Or
stuff.
just
You
that
take
outlook
little
of
bits.
your responsibilities.
That's it. It gives you a different
Yeah, of
perspective
course
on
it does.
everything.
Like, and there's still certain things that you're learning now. Like there's things that kind of come up and you think, oh, I didn't expect this, or I didn't know this, or
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
like the role of a dad consistently changes, and I
Always.
like I've always wanted to be a dad that I've always said to myself that when I have a kid, I'm going to be there every step of the way.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know my dad
Yeah.
until later in life, and I never ever wanted that, and I never want that for my son. I
See?
want to be there every single step of the way.
I'm exactly the same as you, because
Yeah.
when don't get me wrong, my birth mum weren't about, but I had my stepmom, so I was lucky. But it's not the same as having a birth parent. Even though the step parent does a great job,
Yeah.
and she showed me a lot throughout life, but having them experiences where a parent's not around, even though you don't know it, it affects you later on.
Of course it does.
So then when you do have a child, it then puts that thing in you of, I don't want to do what they did.
Yeah.
I would like to be there and be around more than they was.
Which could actually be why me and you had kids later in life. Because I never
Possibly.
ever wanted to make the mistake of having a kid with someone that I never thought it was gonna
Work with.
And,
or you
yeah.
would be with for the duration.
Yeah. Because then I become
And like you've said to me numerous times, you didn't think you'd, what do you call it? What was it you said? You didn't think that you'd be able to parent a child at a young age because you ain't learned nothing.
Yeah, I wanted him to know everything about life that I'd been through.
That's
Like, you know,
it.
like the
It's
mistakes
true.
even now that they might continue to make, or things that aren't working out exactly right now and you're having to find a solution. I want him to know the solution before.
That's it. Give
You
him.
know?
You want to give them the tools that you've got.
Yeah, I want to come
through
to him
life
with a full toolbox. Like,
That's
there you
it.
go, boy. That's your life's tools.
That's it. This is what you've got to take into life to keep you going.
Yeah.
And know where you're going with
Even
it.
down to like this. This is important. Like me and like as blokes talking.
This is important. You see this here, yeah, and why this needed to happen. This is important because I guarantee you, yeah, it don't matter what age they are. They could be 15, 16, up to our age. There's someone out there that's that's becoming a new parent.
Yeah.
And right now, they're probably standing there looking at something and feel like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah, of course.
And
Because
thinking,
let's be real,
what
as a
am I
man, we
going to
don't know
do?
what to expect. Let's
No,
be honest.
you
like,
don't.
That
No,
idea
you
of
don't.
it, like being it's fantastic.
It's a
and
great
it is what it
idea.
is.
Yeah.
But there's also the challenges that you think, wow, I didn't expect that.
Exactly that.
But as long as everyone talks, this is why like the
This is
NCT was important. If you haven't got, we was lucky we had each other.
That's it. We
And-
was lucky we was going through it at the same time.
Yeah, and you lot are lucky you got the podcast, so you can ask us as well.
You get
But,
me?
You know, you got
Yeah.
NCTs and things like that.
If
as
you
well.
want to ask us a question, just make sure you either ping it to us in the DM or we'll put a question up on the story and you can tell us your questions and we'll
Yeah,
we'll
because
read
like,
one
you
out
know
at
what,
some
we're all
point.
men in this together. You might even have something that you think, oh, like this, I had this struggle going along, and
That's
you know,
it.
we're all in the same boat. All of us
Even if
is-
they've got something that they've learned that they think we don't know,
Yeah.
tell us.
Yeah.
I'm open to all sorts of stuff, anything.
Trust me,
Anything
there's been
that
a few
helps,
things people
helps.
said over the way, even things to buy, and you think, oh my god, I bought that, and it's the greatest thing I've ever done.
Exactly that.
But like,
Exactly.
even like from having a kid, like my whole perspective on life and the world has changed
It
dramatically.
changes massively.
And I'm trying to improve my outlook and
Yeah.
my way I run my life
Yeah,
for them.
that's a fact. That is a massive fact. And you know the mad thing is, even though you're learning, you'll never stop learning. You always learn
100%.
something new.
Yeah.
Like that saying of you learn something new every day. That's not a joke, you know.
No, it's not. Yeah,
Like
it's
that
very
is
true.
a
Yeah.
fact.
And the thing is, and that is 100% a fact with a new baby.
Oh,
You see it. If
definitely.
you miss a day,
Definitely.
there's something new that they've done that
Exactly.
you know,
Definitely.
like,
Even another one as well. My sister-in-law Diane, she says, yeah, parenting a child, it's like it is a job, yeah, but it gets to a point where you learn about them
yeah,
and you think you figured it out.
Yeah.
Just as you think you figured it out, they change up on you.
yeah,
And you got to learn all over again.
yeah. You're seeing that all the time, aren't you? Like,
That's it. Exactly.
that's the importance of being there. From like,
That's
I know,
true.
I know, like some people's situations.
Some people's
works
Situations
and-
don't allow them to be there the whole way, and that's just how it works sometimes. But even if you're not, you got to try and figure out a way to try to be there for as much of it as you can, as much as you're allowed to be there for. Make sure you're there.
Because that supportive element makes
Yeah.
for, I think, a smoother pregnancy.
Definitely. It goes
And-
a long way with the
yeah.
person as well.
And that's where me doing it at the right time
Yeah.
with the right person
Definitely. Man.
allowed me to be able, like, because that whole, that thing about, you know, like, be calm and give them the best experience in it. Like, this is where you have to step up in it and be a dad.
That's where you got.
You're a dad from before you've seen because you're a dad to the person.
Exactly.
You have to kind of be,
Yeah, you go
attentive.
into like the dad role for that person
Without even realizing, and then the father role starts when the baby comes, which is mad, because you've got to do everything from keep them calm to we need to do this, keep yourself calm,
yeah.
get them to remember the stuff that you've learned and all that sort of stuff, because I didn't learn shit because I didn't go NCT.
Yeah.
But
You
I was,
had the secret weapon though.
yeah,
You
well,
had the
yeah,
one that already done it.
that's very true. I had the woman that already done it, and I had her mum, so it kind of balanced out a little piece. So I was just there to be the calm person, and from what they said, I did a pretty decent job. So I'm all right with that.
That's another thing as well that you
Because I
notice.
thought I was going to run around like a headless chicken.
Yeah, I did as well.
And I did
can't-
warn that
yeah,
if
yeah.
I pass out, it's not my fault. I'm just letting you know.
No, to be fair, I think that's the fear of everyone. But
I think most men fear passing out.
But then even like you said, you was like Nancy's mum and like I had my mum and Nan and
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Kerry had her mum and every like it's mad how much the information changes.
Oh, bro.
Like I was hearing like we'll get into these later when the baby's here.
Yeah.
But even from like the pregnancy side of things, can't do this, can't do that. But when
So much
your mum and that
things.
was younger, it was like that was the norm.
That was the normal thing to do.
Yeah, so there's like this big mishmash of info.
So much info out there and so much different info because think about it, you get the info from
If they're around, great-grandparents
Yeah.
era,
grandparents, your parents, and then what's out there now.
Yeah.
So you got like 5 different opinions
But
to take
even
on
something
board.
so standard as like your missus comes home, she's like, oh, my feet are hurting me. You give them a foot rub. Some people say don't give a foot rub because it can induce the birth.
Who's that? What?
Yeah, there's like certain pressure points and, you know, like, and then you're...
I'm saying I did know that, sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
so you're
Yeah, that's
like, even
madness.
down to that, you know, whereas your mum might be like, oh, rub her feet. And then the doctors are like,
You get what I'm saying,
no.
though?
You can't, because of reflexology. And
yeah, it's nuts.
so there's all these, I think you have to just be there for the partner in the way that you know feels right for what.
Do you know what you got to do, yeah? This is what, like you said, you got to be there for her in the best way you know, yeah? But you've got to do what's best and what suits you and your partner.
Exactly.
Take on all of the information, but do what you think is best for you.
Yeah.
What works for you is probably what's best.
Yeah, because me and you, even with us two, we've got completely different views in a lot of different things.
There's a lot of different views in a lot of things. Two completely different births.
Yeah.
It's how it goes, isn't it? It's just different for everybody else. Everyone's experience is different. But just make sure you're in the experience.
Yeah, exactly. And because
You know what I mean?
it's magic, isn't it?
It's it is magic. I don't even think magic is the right word to describe it. Like it is the greatest thing ever. When people say like, having a baby will change you, it's not a joke. It really does.
It completely does.
Completely changes you, and the experience of the birth changes you as well.
And pregnancy, I feel, is that step that builds you up to get you ready, because
Fact.
you've got 9 months to prepare your brain to know that your life is never going to be the same
To prepare
again.
yourself, there's another human coming, and your life is going to change from then. So true. That's what that 9 months is. It's preparing yourself for the moment that the baby comes,
And
knowing that your shit's going to change from then.
during pregnancy, you found out what you was having as well, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did we.
Which was, do you know, I actually thought at one point, I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, I do want to know. I went for a little seesaw of wanting to and not wanting to know. Wanting to and not wanting to know. And then it come to the day of the gender reveal, and I was like, no, I actually do want to know.
Yeah.
Because then I can prepare myself for what's coming next.
Yeah, see, me and Kerry did it in the scan. Like, we both had a conversation. We was like, we wanted to know because we felt like as soon as we knew,
You could prepare
you can
more.
bond. Like, I know
True
I know I'm having a boy now. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as we found out I was having a boy, I knew I was having a boy. Decorated his room.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
you
like,
you went in with a decorating as well.
Yeah, his room. It become like a labour of love.
Oh, 100% it did, definitely.
You know, and he still won't. He won't be in there for another couple of months still. But you know, it's ready. It's ready when he's ready. And but that was like that allowed me to bond. And then, again, that's another thing. You know, like as dads or mums.
Yeah.
There's pressure on, don't find that because you know it's the best thing in the world to wait, and then but then there's also fears that come with that, you know.
Exactly.
Like that knowing for me made me so much more like I knew what was coming.
Yeah, it calmed me a bit.
Yeah.
It kind of helped, kind of thing.
And I suppose it prepared me for knowing what my role was going to be as a dad. Like we've had this conversation, like your role as a dad's going to be completely different because you've got to learn what a woman's side of stuff, you know.
Oh mate,
like I can be a dad to my boy, and do the things that I never got taught.
You could just you get to rough and tumble, bro. I gotta be delicate and put nail varnish on. let's have it right, innit?
If you come in here one day with full face makeup, I know Mabel's been at.
You get what I'm saying?
Dad, let me do your makeup.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Like I got 4 sisters.
So you've always been outnumbered by girls.
I've always been outnumbered by girls, so I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah.
Having a boy would have been great.
Yeah.
But I'm used to it. I'm used to the fact that I might have no hair in about 5 years' time. Might have grey hair in 5 years' time. I'm cool with that. It's okay. I've got used to it.
I'm glad I had my hairline repaired in Turkey before the baby, because right now I reckon I'll be fully McDonald arches.
Oh my God, bro. Jesus, man.
No, it is an amazing thing, and pregnancy itself it is that, you know what I would say to anybody listening, like, as if you're scared, if you're excited, whatever your emotion is, stay present and enjoy every moment of that pregnancy.
Fact.
Because like
Defo, man. Defo.
It kind of like, because you can still obviously do things as a partnership, like just the two. You can go on a date, you can do whatever,
Yeah, of course.
Like that part of life afterwards changes for a moment, like obviously later on in other episodes we'll touch on that sort of stuff, but
exactly,
like them sort of things change, and I would say obviously get your sleep in.
Do you know what though, yeah?
But that's not so much of a big thing because
they say that, yeah?
Yeah.
Loads of people said that to me before, yeah? You're gonna need your sleep. Make sure you sleep before she comes. Da-di-da-di-da, yeah? Bruv, hasn't even been that bad.
Nah, like touch wood.
Thank
Brandon's
God.
Brandon's been. We've got to go and touch some
this
wood.
tree,
One sec.
boy.
Yeah. You got us both running around the place touching wood.
Yo, pause.
No, like Brandon sleeps very well, but that first 2 weeks.
The first...
That's
the first
bit,
month.
Yeah. That's the bit when it's like, whoa. Like...
It's like a... I don't even know what to... It's like a bomb.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot going on.
There is a lot
There's
going
happening.
on. Again, we'll touch on that
Exactly.
next episode.
But there is a lot going on in that first month. There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
And you just got to just roll with it. And take it in, man. Just be there.
And that pregnancy time, like I said, enjoy that moment for what it is. And also spend time with a partner.
Yeah.
Do things with your partner.
That's it.
Like, because I think as much like as you be attentive to what they want, spend a lot of time together. Because there is them certain weeks where you don't spend as much time as a two that you did prior,
Fact. That's fact.
And them sort of like, these are all things that pregnancy, that's why it's 9 months.
Yeah.
It gets you ready for things,
It does. It prepares you for stuff that's coming.
And it allows you to build a strong foundation for the birth and what's coming. And I think that's why I said you have to be present in it and enjoy it. Because me and you embraced it. We went baby shows and everything, didn't we?
We did it. We did it all.
I didn't know anything about a pram before. When I come out of certain places, I've done assault courses with prams.
Do you get what I'm saying? We did an assault course, pushed the 2 prams around, looked at some bottle makers.
I can fold a pram in my sleep now.
What?
I didn't have a clue before.
Professional.
Yeah.
Profesh.
I know what the clips are for on the top.
I've got there now, like, bam, one go and it's in.
Did you know what we were talking about prams and that? You went by this thing as well when they say don't bring the pram home before the baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that? I don't even know where that even comes from.
We need to do some research.
We
on
have
that.
to.
I think we have to.
If
do
anyone
some
knows where that
research.
comes from, please let us know. Because
do you know what? Yeah, we've already got a segment for the show.
Yeah.
That could be another one.
Yeah.
That's another one we got to do. I think like a myth buster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something that you've heard and went by the whole pregnancy. Tell us it so we can research it and find out where it was, and then we can talk about it. Because that one, I don't know where that comes from, who said it, why they said it.
It terrifies the life out of you, innit? We made
terrifies
sure
the
that
life.
did not come home anywhere near.
Where did we put the pram? I think we bought our pram here. Our pram went into a box and it went to Nancy's brother's house and stayed in the cupboard until about 2 weeks or a week before the baby was due.
Well, Kerry's mum and dad bought our one, and they had it delivered to theirs.
See?
But I had to go there before to get the car seat and the ISOFIX, because I had to fit them in.
Yeah.
That's another thing as well. Make sure you get all these things sorted before, because when it's go time, you want that car seat and ISOFIX
ready to go.
Ready.
Make sure you've got it all.
And as soon as the baby comes to the house, then go and get your pram. But make sure that car seat is ready to roll.
I'm glad I got a missus like mine, yeah, because she's OCD in her ways.
Yeah, Kerry's very organised. That's her job.
Same as Nance.
Yeah.
So organised.
Yeah, Kerry's the head of production, so her job, like she knows scheduling. Bro, Kerry had lists.
Yeah.
Kerry had Kerry's bag. Her bag was prepared months in advance. She knew the outfit the baby was coming home in, everything.
Bruv, oh my God. So this is how Nance had it, yeah? So we had the changing bag. She had little bags inside the bag that said coming home outfit, first outfit.
Yes.
Da-da-da.
Yeah.
I was like, What the hell?
Bruv, Kerry
Like, wow.
Kerry was telling me what brand of nappies she'd bought, because this brand of nappy has
See
got
what
no
I'm
chemical
saying?
and this, that, and rare. This milk that she bought, this milk's got organic and
It's
made in England and
mad.
rare. Like, bro, she had
Mad.
everything. To be honest, I'm
Mad.
quite lucky there, because I didn't have that moment of deer in headlights. Oh, I've got to get everything ready, grab a bag,
No,
go.
I definitely had that moment.
Yeah, I see. Like, that part of it cut it down for me, because I knew that bag. Kerry, bro.
So it cut down the part of like having to rush around the gaff and put stuff in the
Yeah,
bag
yeah.
because the bag was packed. But it was still a deer in the moment.
Oh, yeah,
deer in the
yeah,
headlights
yeah.
moment.
Yeah, yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
That face of like, oh my God, what's next?
Because even the pregnancy stage, from 1 minute from being like an olive or a jelly bean, to then you can actually see feet
apple,
and hands.
A pear,
Yeah.
all the things
Them
that
apps
it
are
grows
great,
into.
mate.
If you're becoming a parent, any app they tell you to download it because it helps.
And every kind of, I think it's a week, and every week, say it was a Wednesday, every Wednesday, me and Kerry at night would check the app and be like, oh, he's an apple tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, like he's going to change him instantly overnight. Like, he was probably already it.
He's
but
a
yeah.
lion cub and all
Yeah,
them sort
yeah.
of things. Make sure you download them apps and
That's
use them
another
'cause they're
bonding
good.
thing for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, that's another good one.
Because you can see
You can show.
everything along the way.
That's it. Yeah, definitely. Them apps are really good. I think what was the one we used? There's a couple. There was Bounty.
I can't remember the
there
one
was a
Kerry
couple
had.
others.
Kerry managed the apps. If it would have been me, it would have been that.
There would have been no apps.
Like,
I don't think
bro,
I would have even downloaded one.
For someone whose thing is video, Kerry had to tell me constantly take photos. Like, you know me, innit? I'm not really one for like grab a camera and do photos.
I'm rubbish at taking photos. I've took a lot of photos in the last few months. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I can take a great photo. I love taking photos, but it's not my thing of like, oh, let me grab. I like to remember things as a memory.
Think of.
Yeah.
It's not the first thing. Like, it's not your go-to. Like, let me get the camera and take a picture. It's not the first thing I do. Let me just take the moment in and think.
Yeah.
Drink it in a little
But
piece.
I would,
You know what I mean?
I would say to all of the soon-to-be dads or ones with pregnant missuses or whatever, make sure you pamper your missus during pregnancy. Run them a bath.
Yeah.
Look after
Do you
them.
know what? I tried to do that, but Nancy's hard work and tells me she don't want it and all that sort of stuff. But I tried.
Sometimes you have to.
I should have did
do it
more
anyway.
of that. I think really. That's one thing I should have. That's one thing I could have done better. I think I should have pampered her a bit more. I'll say that out loud. Sorry, Nance. I should have did that a bit more.
I tried my best to kind of, like bath bombs, foot spa things and all that. Like I Kerry might say different, but
Their opinion might be different
like,
still.
I would say that is an important thing, because what they're doing is amazing.
Yeah, that's probably the best word you can put to it. Amazing. Like, it is definitely.
And the amazement never stops. It continues, doesn't it?
It just goes on and on and on. And like, it just goes on. It just keeps going. Like, there's so much things that happen that you'll be like, oh damn. Wow. I didn't know that. This happened today. That just drink them in as much as you can, man, because it's sick.
As Nancy said, like Kerry says quite a lot, I missed the bump, or I missed the certain parts of being pregnant.
Nat said in the first, I think like the first like month or two afterwards, she said that a lot. But now Mabel's just here.
Yeah.
But quick question, before I carry. Don't you find, that when they're born, they just slot right in.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it feels
it's like they've never ever been.
It's like they weren't thought about. It's not like they've never not been here.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine life without
them.
Brandon. Now.
Yeah, it's nuts. That's mad.
That is.
I don't know how that happens,
Yeah.
But that is nuts.
Yeah, because it's just that instantly they're there, they're part of everything, and you wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, it's
From
crazy,
the
man.
second they touch the house.
Absolutely crazy that is.
Yeah, it is. That is a. Have you
mad.
Have you spoke about any more? Would you have any more?
Oh, boy. Oh, Jesus Christ. So we've spoke about more. Non-stop. For the last 5 months, we spoke about more. I don't know if I can. I would like to, but I can't do it, I don't think.
No.
No, just because I don't want another girl, bruv. I'm going to be honest. I say this to everybody. I've said this numerous times. Anyone that's asked me this question will know this. I don't think I can do it again, man. Please. Like, I can't do no more girls. I can't do it. Like, just for that reason alone, I don't think I would.
Until Nance puts her foot down and says she wants another one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. My body, my hair can't take it. I can't take it. Having girls is hard work. It's hard graft, you know.
I mean, like Kerry's already said, like she'd like another one.
Yeah.
But you know what it is as well. It's timing it because you want to enjoy the one you've got as well. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So you have to like, you know.
So your best bet then is all the stuff that you've got for Brandon.
Yeah.
Your best bet is to just put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Like in the loft or something.
Yeah.
And just hold on to it.
Yeah.
For when the next one does come.
The next one, yeah.
So then you can just enjoy Brandon for the moment, and then you can put it all back out when you're ready to do it again.
Yeah, that's true. You know what?
I did think that myself. Maybe I should do that myself.
Yeah, you should. You never know, innit?
You never
We
know.
might even have to be able to swap. I'll give you the boys stuff and you can give me the girls stuff.
What? I don't think that's going to happen. I'm being deadly serious. I don't think that's going to happen.
You know what? See, like, obviously this episode this week's about the pregnancy and just like, you know, finding out about what it is.
Well, not even the pregnancy, building up to
it, yeah. And like,
just before.
You know, and everything that we're like, your kind of feelings and stuff like
that.
Yeah. If you could tell yourself something that you know now, what would you tell?
That is a good question, you know. That is a good one. I think I would probably tell myself, don't stress about things so much.
Yeah.
Don't stress. Because after they're born, yeah, you start having worries.
Yeah.
How am I going to do this?
Yeah.
How's the money going to work?
Yeah.
How are we going to survive? There's not 3 of us, there's 4 of us. Da-da-da. All of that sort of stuff. Don't stress.
Yeah.
Because one thing I have learned, and a lot of people have said, it figures itself out. Somehow. I don't know how, but somehow it figures itself out.
You're talking to me. I needed that one today.
You find a way.
Yeah.
Coming from where we're from,
of course,
Bow and Bethnal, which is East London, say, coming from where we're from, we're resourceful, innit? We find a way to make things happen.
Yeah.
And we find a way to provide. Don't stress. Don't stress too much, man. Just enjoy
it
the shit,
for the
man.
time. Yeah. I think the whole key part of it is being in the present. You can't think about things past. You can't think about things future. You have to be within, because they change so much every day, don't they? Like, and even like your missus's needs, being pregnant, and like there's also that kind of like in the first couple of months. I don't know like what you was like. It's like you partially don't believe that you.
I didn't believe that for a little while.
Yeah.
For a little while, I didn't believe it. It was only when I started seeing the belly getting bigger that I thought, okay, this shit is actually real.
And then that's where I was saying that being in the present from even that stage there.
Before that.
Yeah.
From when you first find out, just try to be in the present, in the moments. Enjoy it all.
That's what you can do, innit?
Because even though you might think to yourself, it's not happening, brother, it's happening.
Yeah. And what I have learned as well, you know what, and it's very true, like, you might make small mistakes with things.
Yeah.
But you learn, and everything, and as long as you're doing everything with the best intentions, you can't go wrong.
No one can never fault you for that.
No.
Ever.
Yeah.
If you're doing things with the purest of intentions from your heart, no one can't tell you nothing.
And bro, being there, that's
being there.
If I could
is
give
the
anyone
key
any
thing, you know.
Yeah, anyone any advice, if times is hard or you're scared or you're worried, talk to your friends, talk to people around you, talk to family, but be there and enjoy it.
That's it.
It is a magical thing, and
like talk.
Yeah.
Because some people don't talk.
No.
And they get scared of the situation. Talk.
And that's where sometimes...
Because no matter what, you've got someone that you know that's had kids.
Yeah.
They're the best people to talk to.
Yeah.
Because you'll get gems from them and you won't even realise it.
It's very, very, very true.
You will not even realise it.
And bro, like I said, you learn every day something new in this job. This is an evolving job. Like
fact. It's a job that you learn every day. You learn on the job.
The best job in the world.
Yep, definitely. Definitely the best job in the world.
And yeah, something I would never change. Like I'm looking right this second as we're doing this, I'm looking at the scan pictures.
See it there?
The scan is an amazing thing as well. And if you can do it, do the 3D
3D
one,
ones.
the 4D one.
I was scared of the 3D one.
Yeah.
That shit scared the life out of me.
Why?
Because I don't know. I was scared of it. Because I thought, it just looks like an alien. It might sound strange.
There's parts.
It's scary.
The fate, like it's weird because it's like, even them side profile ultrasounds now.
Crazy.
I can see Brandon's face.
Yeah, it's true.
That is Brandon. There's like that is him.
Defo.
And it's so mad. Like at
Then
that
when
time,
you do the
can't see
4D
it.
ones,
Yeah.
and you actually see what they could look like, that shit blew my mind.
Yeah, but I would say 100% do that. If you're
100,
in
yeah,
a
I would
position
say
to
that.
do it, because it is unbelievable experience. Like
Definitely.
that is when you're like, wow, that's my child. Like,
Definitely.
It is unbelievable.
Definitely, man.
Unbelievable.
Even though I was scared of it to start with, I weren't sure about it.
Did you do one in the end?
Yeah, we did it. It was the best thing. It was so sick. So sick. She put her foot in her mouth and everything.
And all of
It was
these little
amazing.
things, this is where like this being in the present thing. Because if you're there along the way supporting your partner and being there within this thing, as scared as you might be, when you see them things, that love overtakes and you just want to be there, innit?
Exactly that. It gives you love and a bit of confidence in yourself. That's what I got from it. Love
Yeah.
and a little bit, love towards them, and it gave me a bit of confidence that I produced that and I'm going to help that little child grow into someone and be amazing.
Yeah. And you kind of like start preparing yourself as how you want to parent, I suppose, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
subconscious, like you start thinking things like, I don't know, you might see something on the TV and you'll be like, oh, I don't want Brandon to watch them sort of things. Like,
I
wanna teach him
already
this.
started doing that
Yeah.
stuff, man.
Yeah, same.
I already started
Yeah.
doing that with Marley anyway.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
always telling her, no, you can't watch that.
Like,
It's not for you.
Like there's certain cartoons, like I'll watch certain cartoons with Brandon now, but then sometimes I'll put on like an Attenborough documentary, and he loves looking at animals. He loves music videos.
I'm going to tell you something. Speaking of stuff that they love, so I figured out that Mabel likes football,
Okay.
which is mad. Nat seems to think she's a Man U fan, but I'm not having this.
No.
But she does actually like football.
Yeah, Brandon was fixated
Same as Mabel.
on Wimbledon.
You-
He's
That's
fixated
my
on the
guy.
Women's Euros.
This is my guy.
And bro, the day we brought him home, football was on the telly, and he looked at it then like I managed
See,
to like
this is what I'm saying. This is my guy. He's 2 days after me as well.
Yeah,
It's my guy.
Yeah, and he
Ah.
kicks for fun.
Yes.
Like,
So does, I've
leg
noticed that
drop,
with Mabel.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Heavy legs.
In the bath, heavy leg, like legs all over the gaff.
He was kicking like that in the birth, like in pregnancy.
Same as Mabel,
Yeah,
man. It's
big
mad.
kickers.
Yeah.
Big kickers.
It's mad.
Oh, but you know, like you can hear it in us. Like this is like the nice little introduction episode
Yeah.
of the podcast, and we'll ease you into the sort of stuff we want to be talking about. We kind of touched on pregnancy
It's a
and
bit-
some of the things along the way that
That's it.
you need to kind of look out for, and
Yeah,
things
man.
to do, the NCT, the scans, you know, like and trust yourself and your
Yeah.
partner and be there for your partner.
Have confidence. Have not even confidence. Just have a bit of pizzazz about you.
Yeah, like
If
know what
that's
you
the
want.
right
Yeah,
word.
know what you're gonna want to do. A little bit of
Yeah.
oomph in it.
A little bit of oomph. That's the one.
Know what you're
Yeah.
gonna do. Be there for your partner, and just try and be the best dad that
You can be. Yeah.
'Cause
Definitely,
At the end
man.
of the day, that kid will love you.
No matter what.
Yeah. So you've just got to
No matter what.
just be in that moment, enjoy pregnancy, every single moment of it. And like I said, during that time, make sure you spend the time with your partner.
Yep.
Like, because time with your partner changes when the
Yep.
baby's here.
It does.
So enjoy the time with your partner and look after them, because what they're doing is amazing.
100%, man. I couldn't have said that any better myself.
Yeah.
Could not have said that any better.
Or I've been Roony Keith. This is,
Jay, Bits.
and we have been the Couple of Dads podcast.
Yeah. You can catch us on Instagram
at Couple Dads Podcast,
On Twitter.
at Couple Dads Pod. And email us if you've got any questions or anything like that. We are info@coupledads.co.uk. And we are back, when again? Next week?
Yeah, next week.
Been all right, innit?
That's it. Let's
You've done
go.
well. First
Done
one.
all right. Nice.
Yeah. And next week we're going to be talking about actual birth
Yeah.
and what to expect
Damn.
with that.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
In the next one, us talking about the births is going to give the people that listen something. It's going to give them something to take on board and realise that, all right, cool. Two completely different.
Yeah. And how plans change.
And have, right, listen, don't plan, innit? That's what it's
Just
going to
go
tell
with the flow,
you.
yeah.
Just roll with it.
Kind of say what you like. Don't ever put anything in concrete because things change.
Yeah,
And
boy.
So yeah, in the next episode you'll hear about that kind of stuff. And if there's anything that you want us to talk about or any questions that you've got from today's episode or actual births and stuff like that, get in touch with us.
Yeah,
We're at-
man.
Yeah, dadbible@riskyroads.com for the email.
That's it. At
Dad-
Dad Bible Podcast on Instagram.
At Dad Bible Podcast. There you go. Instagram, Twitter. Get at us. And we'll see you again next week probably.
Yeah, man.
No, let's say next week.
Yeah, next week.
We'll see you next week.
All right.
Big up. Lots of love and stay present. Big
Yeah,
up.
man. Peace.